So, hi guys, and welcome to this new episode of the NeuroData Podcast. And today we have a special guest, actually the first and the only one, 3x and 4x grandmaster on Kaggle. Together with Ahmed, one of our best talented engineers in NeuroData. We are glad to have you, Abhishek. Ahmed is going to take care of the technical side of the podcast. And hello, Abhishek.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and it's nice to be here to meet you guys finally because I've been talking to NeuroData for a while now, and yeah, it's nice to see you guys in person.
Thank you. And hello, Ahmed.
Hello, Aziz.
So let's start. So Abhishek, would you like to begin present yourself to the audience so that we can learn a little bit about yourself and what you are doing right now and some general presentation.
Sure. So currently I'm in Norway. I was working for a company here, but recently I have switched companies, and now I'm working for Hugging Face. And yeah, I'm a data scientist. I've been in the field of data science and natural language processing in the applied side for a while now. And I did my master's from Germany and worked there for 6 years. Started with a PhD, dropped out of the PhD after 1 year, went back to the industries, and since then I've been working in different industries.
Ah, nice. And what are your actual responsibilities right now in your actual work?
So I have not officially started with Hugging Face yet. I will start from 1st of December, but I have started working on a few things. And at Hugging Face, it's very different from your normal job. So you have to work on something, and you have to own that. So I'm planning to work on something, but that's probably something I cannot discuss in public right now. But currently, like, I was implementing a new transformer model in the transformers repository, and contributing to datasets in the coming days. So currently I'm just familiarizing myself with a lot of things, but everything is going to revolve around natural language processing, obviously.
Oh, right. And Abhishek, I did actually research about your profile and what did you do. So I heard that you studied first of all electrical engineering. Is that right?
Electronics.
Electronics. Okay,
Yeah.
electronics. And that's why I wanted to ask you how you become interested in data science and learning.
So I studied electronics, but I was always interested in studying computer science. I come from India, and there's a lot of competition between students getting good colleges and good branches. And computer science and electronics are considered like really nice subjects to study for your bachelor's. So there's a lot of crowd there, and it's difficult to um, get some kind of like seat, like in computer science or electronics engineering. So I got in electronics, but I couldn't get in computer science. So I was always interested. That's why I decided to do my master's in computer science. And there I developed a lot of interest in. I was working in image processing and all, but from my friends, I developed a lot of interest in neural networks and machine learning. So there I got into data science and machine learning.
Ah, all right. This is interesting. And at the beginning, what kind of challenges did you face, and how did you overcome all of that?
Well, there were a lot of challenges because if you're not from a computer science background, then you probably don't know about a lot of things like algorithms. You don't know coding that much compared to other students who have been in computer science for a long time. So there are a lot of challenges. So I think the only thing that you can do is to like work hard, and you can't do much. You have to learn everything yourself. So you just continue learning. You just keep learning, and you work hard. And if you don't know something, just keep doing it. again and again, over and over again, until unless you become an expert in that. So and that's what I did. So I was interested in image processing first of all. So I was working with image processing, but I saw that machine learning is really something very nice, very cool. I developed my interest there, and then I also found Kaggle. I was working in different competitions, so learning from others, what others are doing, and learning about machine learning and data science on my own.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And Abhishek, I want actually to ask you as well, what is the motivation behind all what you are doing, or what are you looking for to accomplish?
I'm not looking for much. I mean, it's all about learning for me. So I'm learning different things every day, and that's what keeps me motivated. If I'm not learning something new at my job, then there is a problem. For me, it's like if I'm learning something, then I also like to uh, share it with the community. So I that's why I share a lot of Kaggle notebooks, or make some tutorials out of simple small things where if I face difficulties learning something, I know that others will too. So I just make tutorials out of it, and that's the only motivation for me. Like if I'm learning something new, then it's good. If I'm not, then there is a problem.
All right. And I heard you speaking about hard work. If you could describe a perfect day for us, how would it be for you? A perfect day for you.
Oh, well, it varies from person to person. But for me, it starts with my laptop and ends with my laptop. So it varies from person to person. So yeah, you can go work out a little bit and keep your mind fresh. Work on different things. Take small short breaks. Watch some movies or some series. Watch one episode and then do something else. So it's like that. So for me, it's a bit weird, and due to all the corona situation, it has become quite bad. So I'm spending most of the time in front of the laptop these days, but I don't think you should do that. You should take short breaks.
Hello, Abhishek, another time. So I'm impressed by your work, actually. I've been following you for years now. And your work in Kaggle is super impressive. So would you like to share some advice on how we can approach some problems on Kaggle?
Okay, in Kaggle. So I mean, first of all, you need to learn some basics. So this is what I always say if someone asks me how to start with Kaggle. So first of all, you need to learn some basics, and don't jump ships. So you need to know what machine learning is, then move to deep learning models, so things like this. And so what you can do, if you're a beginner, if you want to start with Kaggle, then you can probably start with some course from Andrew Ang. And at the same time, don't try to just finish the course and then start with Kaggle, but at the same time start with some Kaggle competition, and see if you can implement what you have learned from those courses in Kaggle competitions, and how to improve on that. So the most important thing is like perseverance. So you should not lose hope if others are doing better than you. So you have to keep on trying. You have to keep working hard. And if you get not getting a good rank in Kaggle, try to learn from the winning solutions of the winners, and try to implement that. So don't try to just copy paste code from here and there all the time. But I would say, like, you have to get your hands dirty. You have to implement stuff on your own. Then only you will understand, because someday there will be a kernel which gives you very nice accuracy, and you just copy it and you get a nice accuracy, but that doesn't mean that you have learned anything.
Yeah, you need to practice and practice and practice, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I mention all the time. So if because it's not very difficult, I would say.
You need like to work on it and to be like it's your second nature to do some AI work and some competitions, something like that. Your second nature, like you can do it in your sleep to code some AI models.
No, I don't think that's possible, but a lot of time it will keep you awake. Yeah, I mean,
It's the dream, right?
it becomes very addictive. So if you're really into it, then it is going to
Yeah.
probably keep you awake. And I used to spend like the whole night without sleeping working on some problems from time to time when I was still learning. And I see like these days students get frustrated very easily, and then they're like, okay, this is not my piece of cake. But I don't think that's possible. It's just because you have not invested time there. You have not made every possible effort to learn. So
Yeah. So, with the field of AI evolving this much, how do you manage to keep track of the latest relevant happenings?
there are multiple sources. So a lot of people share whatever they find on Twitter, on LinkedIn. So Twitter is like one of the best sources for knowing that what's going on in the field. And then there's a lot of people who are sharing stuff on LinkedIn, like me. So then there are sources like Reddit. So you can go to Reddit, you can go to Hacker News. So just read about like what's happening. If there is a conference coming up, a lot of people write blog posts on what were their favorite papers were. So you can go and read them and keep yourself updated. So that's what I do. I don't have a specific like platform where I go to keep myself updated, but I just look around different platforms. If there is a conference, people might have attended it. Just follow the hashtags on Twitter, and you will know. Okay, this is a cool paper. So yeah, obviously a very good model, and we are seeing a lot of different use cases of that model, and a lot of money has been spent in training GPT-3, and I don't think normal people can afford that amount of money for training their own GPT-3 model. But they have a lot of money, they have a lot of data, they trained a huge model, but which will work and which can work on different kinds of problems, and we have already seen that. But one thing that concerns me about that is, can the model keep itself updated with the current events? So if you ask that, if you create a question answering model using GPT-3 and ask, okay, who is the president of United States, that answer is probably going to change, right? So GPT-3, I think, won't probably give you the best results in these kind of scenarios, but obviously it can be used in multiple different things. Probably at some point can also be modified to like use this new information.
No. Do you see a future when a model can do that, can be updated like every day to what's new?
So I don't know about every day, and this is something new, and I have not invested a lot of time here, but there are some models called retrieval augmented generation RAG models. So it's also available in Hugging Face transformers. So take a look at that. I'm not very familiar, so I'm not going to talk in very much detail about this model. But these kind of models are there, which will use some kind of database to answer your questions. So these are question and answering models for now, but probably they can be improved on doing other tasks too.
As an NLP expert, how do you think about the use of transformers in computer vision, like we've seen lately with vision transformer?
Yeah, this is something that I've been studying these days. So I was recently, like 2 days ago, taking a look at the paper, the VIT model, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool and pretty nice to see like what you use. We have been using in natural language processing is being used for images, but that doesn't surprise me a lot. The thing is, when I was reading that paper, and you have also probably read about it on the internet, you can only train such large models if you have a lot of resources. So it doesn't surprise me that someone has trained that kind of model. Obviously now things are changing very fast, and you will get probably get large and cheap GPUs in the coming years. So you will be able to train such large models. But yeah, it's really fascinating and to see like, okay, you train this kind of model on 16 cross 16 patches of images and consider them as tokens instead of just using words as tokens. So yeah, definitely something to take a look at, and probably it will be used for many different use cases in coming days. They've already been using like transformer for many different things, like time series data. So you can also use it for time series data sets. So
It's like transformers are getting everything. They're doing everything these days. They're trying now.
I mean, seems like they are there for many different kinds of problems. But this is also one thing that I
Yeah.
always mention is don't just go for transformers. Maybe you will get some good results without using transformer based models.
Yeah. So, something else I want to ask is like deriving from your book, how can we actually approach almost any NLP problem?
I don't know. I mean, it's a difficult question. So, and there are so many different types of problems in NLP. You have simple classification regression tasks. You have like entity prediction task. You have co-reference resolution. You have summarization, question and answering. There are so many different kinds of tasks. So if you want to like learn about approaching different kinds of NLP problem, I would, first of all, you need to start with the real basics first. So you need to understand what language models are. If you don't know what language models are and you're just applying BERT and Roberta to everything, but you don't understand how they work, so then it's going to be a problem for you. So start from the real basics first. Learn about what TF-IDF is. I always say that, learn about what TF-IDF is, and try solving different kinds of problems and try building some baselines for different types of problems on your own, and then improve on those baselines using the more advanced methods, like by using transformers, or maybe before that you should try using LSTMs, then try using transformers, and then see what improves, what doesn't improve. And in the meantime, keep learning about all these different kinds of approaches and different kinds of problems.
Yeah, yeah. Something else I want to ask. Actually, is it better to go the educational route and have like a master's or PhD in AI, or do it like the hard way and do many like projects, real life projects? What do you think?
You need to have some kind of education. So yeah, I mean, I favor doing a master's degree because that gives you a lot of exposure to different kinds of things that you would like to learn, and you don't know what you want to do. So that will also give you some exposure to research. So if you want to go into research, you can then decide if I want to go to research or if I want to go to industry and work on different kinds of problems. But that gives you idea around the basics. You solve different assignments, so you learn about that. And with the projects thing, I think these days projects are available everywhere. So you go to Kaggle, you go to any other different websites, there are so many different kinds of projects, so you can just pick them up in your free time. If you really want to learn, you will pick them up in your free time and work on those kind of projects. So education, I think, obviously is very important. If you ask me, I would suggest you do a bachelor's degree, you do a master's degree probably, and after that you can decide if you want to do a PhD or not. So that's totally up to you, and you will know on your own.
So Aziz, do you have any other questions?
Yes, I want to ask you if you have any recommendations from books or trainings that people that they are interested in this field could learn from it. Huge names like you, I don't know.
So there are many different books. I have some favorites of mine. So I like my book a lot. But there's also this Deep Learning with Python by Sholay. So this is also a very nice book. There are many different books which are quite good. I don't have the good fellows deep learning book here right now here with me, but that's also a very good book. Then there is like, but these books that I'm showing you are more for like the application part of it. So like Intro to Machine Learning with Python. This is by Andreas Mueller, very good book. So you can read all these books, and all these books are also available for free everywhere. So it's totally up to you what you want to learn. So I would suggest you can start with the deep learning from Ian Goodfellow, and that's it. It's a very theoretical book, and it can also depress some people. But it's like how much time you want to invest there, how much you want to learn. And for me, I found like the lectures and videos of Andrew Ang, they're awesome, and you start from there and you keep these books as references, well, and do some
Right,
projects in the
great,
meantime.
Abhishek, I want to ask you as well. Do you think about starting your own company in the future, or this is not the thing you are thinking
So
about?
I mean, I've thought about it, but I don't have any like a groundbreaking idea right now. So someday, if I get some groundbreaking ideas, then I will start a company. But I have done some small consulting stuff here and there. But yeah, for now, I don't think so. But maybe in future, who knows?
So, any advice do you have in general for all the people that they are interested in this field? But some advices.
I mean, always say like one word, and that's perseverance. So you should not give up. That's it, and learn from your mistakes, learn from others. So if you do that, obviously you are going to succeed, and you have to invest time. You have to invest time and effort. You have to Google, if you search something on Google, you have a lot of things there. You have a lot of answers, all the things that you're looking for. So you should start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, and then if you never give up, you will obviously succeed. Maybe it will take a long time, but
All right.
you will
All right.
eventually.
So yes, thank you so much. That was really, really interesting, and we really had a lot of great informations from you, Abhishek. This is we are grateful for it.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for the invitation. It has been great fun, and finally get to see you guys. So thanks a lot.
Thank you.